Welcome, my name is Matt, aka Road Jedi 88. We are getting into Star Wars, guys. Here, heroes, mods, Captain SILVO. Captain SILVO was a character in the TV series Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew was kind of a piratey, directed definitely for a younger audience, series for Star Wars. Now, I know there was a little bit of bad reviews that went to it, but I would beg to differ. And it's in respect to a George Lucas era generation. Star Wars Galaxy of Fear. It is kind of an equivalent. It came out in the 1990s, about the same time as kids of my generation held the hype to Goosebumps in the 1990s. It is a Star Wars version of Goosebumps, basically. And it starts off with two kids coming home from a field trip, just within visual range of the Death Star blowing up Alderaan with their parents on it. They end up being adopted by their Uncle Hool, who is a changeling. They're human. Uncle Owen was only uncle to Luke by marriage from his father Klieg Lars to Luke's grandmother Shmi Skywalker. There was no biological relations there. So before we go jumping the gun and questioning, hey, how is this possible? Uncle Owen wasn't biologically related to Luke either. With that said, now in Clone Wars and in Attack of the Clones, neither George Lucas nor Disney ever gave a name drop to the species name of the changelings, but this book does. Actually, this book refers to them as Chi-Idos. He adopts the kids. He's basically like a mercenary of some sort, something like that. I'm trying to remember specifically. But he goes on dangerous missions, horrifying dangerous missions. It is a horror thriller directed towards children. If Disney wanted to do another series like they did with Skeleton Crew, because it's not impossible. Look at the Tales of Mos Eisley Cantina, Tales of Jabba's Palace, Tales from the Empire, Tales of the Empire, Rebel Assault, Tales of the Bounty Hunters, as well as the Star Wars journal books for Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Leia, Anakin Skywalker, Queen Amidala, Darth Maul. Star Wars Galaxy of Fear. It's just another one of those, but related with two kids and their uncle, who's just trying to survive after Alderaan exploded. And it is a horror thriller. Disney could easily pull off doing Galaxy of Fear as, like, say, an American Halloween time horror series for Star Wars. This would be a good series that they could do, in my opinion. So Skeleton Crew, before we jump so quick to want to give it bad reviews, remember Star Wars Galaxy of Fear. It is a thing for Star Wars. It actually is. Captain SILVO is a support character. SWG, you can go back to my first video in the mod section where I definitively break down the different types of characters as well as the different types of mods and what it is we are doing and putting them together. But Captain SILVO is a support character. SWGOH.GG recommends modding him with speed and health. So as a support character, he's going to move quicker. And he's also going to provide some protective benefits to the squad. So he aligns with pirates, scoundrels, unaligned force users, and Order 66 raid. Now, if you watch the show, the backstory is that he was a Jedi youngling. He kind of ended up on the run and ended up with a bunch of pirates. Honestly, Disney could probably tap even further into a backstory of a character like this. Because you have to question where all half these younglings, these Jedis that disappeared, where all half of them wound up. And what happened with them. While they're trying to push for their own survival. And I mean, we have games that cover that story. For some, we get some backstories here and there, but come on, think about it. The various scenarios that is out there, what happened with the younglings who had to spread out for their own survival. It could be a wild wide range of scenarios of what could have happened. And that's the beauty of Star Wars. While it is not Star Trek, like the sequel trilogy screwed up about Star Wars, like Disney screwed up with the sequel trilogy, and like what they duct taped Book of Boba Fett over the Bounty Hunter Wars with. One thing of the George Lucas era of Star Wars is that between the Galaxy of Fear and the Tales of or Tales from whatever, like say the Mos Eisley Cantina, Jabba's Palace, etc. There has always been side stories of side characters and how the Imperial War affects everyone. It's not just only the main characters like the Jedi, the main Jedi or your rebels and all that stuff. This has been a thing since the George Lucas era. There is a lot that can be done story-wise with sideline characters for Star Wars. So he is going to be very supportive. So he's a support character. We mod him with speed, we mod him with health. He supports his team, but he moves quick. He is a dark side, so he can't be trusted. He aligns with pirate scoundrels, unaligned force users, and Order 66 characters. I suppose if you wanted to, you could maybe switch the health with potency, if you wanted to. Or you could switch the speed and the health with, say, offense. Maybe offense and potency, possibly, if you wanted to. It would kind of bring him in a range of support attacker. But in this mod setting, it kind of makes him a tank support. That's what this is doing. It's making him a tank support. So, that is Captain Silvo, skeleton crew character. That's his mod. I was about to say Star Wars Galaxy of Fear. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And I love that comes into my mind because it never allows me to forget that book series. This game, literally, with the way the title is. But Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, mod, Captain Silvo. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below, and may the Force be with you.